Getting on the trail here, the corner of 34th Street and 35th Street here in Austin, and I'll show you the trail. There it is. Now that I've showed you where you get on the trail, here's the actual trail itself. The trail is on Shoal Creek. I believe that's what this is. So apparently this is part of the Shoal Creek system, which goes all the way to downtown. Five beautiful live oak trees. A nice place to gather. Little creek crossing here. My wife says trash from the flooding. Too bad. Here's a more close-up view of this creek. Very nice. Got some ball moss in these live oak trees. Then we got an oak, and then another live oak tree with some ball moss in it. After a short little jog through a residential neighborhood, then we get back on the trail again. And there was a real nice wide bike path you could walk on. And very slow traffic. A beautiful part of the Shoal Creek Trail with a little canyon. You can just barely see Shoal Creek through the trees. If you visit Austin, this is a good thing to see, and this will really show you the beauty of Austin. And once people have seen this, they want to come here. So just a little bit up the trail from last segment, and you can see these nice rock structures here. View of the creek. There's a lot of kids playing in the water, having a good time. Good place to bring your dog too. If you have a dog like a lab that likes water, this is a good place to bring them. Our lab is a little old, but his younger days he would have been all about this. Here's a nice thing to climb up on and hang out in. Blue Tradescantia. Good place to take a swim. being called now. He's being called, but he doesn't want to come. There he goes. Definitely an urban trail here, but my wife says she likes these because you can stop and use the bathroom. You can get a cup of coffee. You can get something to eat. So urban trails like this certainly have their advantage. My wife says these are standing cypress flowers, and she's never seen them in the wild. A lot of segments in this video, but I had to get this beautiful live oak tree. Just massive. Just absolutely massive. And hopefully the action camera makes it worth it, all the vibration, to get that image. Another portion of the creek here. Good place to hunt for fossils in Shoal Creek. You got tons of little gastropods. I'll set it down right in the impression. So that's a cast, and then the shell impression is a mold. And then my wife found over here a very weathered shell. You can still see the marks on it, like to show that it's a shell. Morning glories on this fence right here. Beautiful purple flowering tree. My wife can't remember what it's called, so she'd appreciate it if you'd leave in the comments the name of this tree. Wildflower area here. It's a bog now because of all the recent rain we've had. Probably not usually a bog. There's a little trail through this field, and a bunch of purple bee balm. So the bees can be all they can be. Just tons of Indian blanket in this area right here. A couple kinds of white flowers. A little bit more bee balm. Poppies. I think that's what those are. Just a few sunflowers real quick. a tree with Spanish moss. We saw ball moss before, and moss is not moss. It is a flowering plant related to pineapple. Got some trumpet vine on this tree here, bush. These big magnificent live oaks on this creek here have both ball moss and Spanish moss on the same tree, which I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Then we finish off our hike today because we're almost back to our car with all of this Indian blanket and Mexican hat. Just beautiful. We took a wrong turn, so we didn't see this on the way out. So please subscribe and hit the like button. Thanks.